Lovely. All right. Main menu. And right, my latest autosave was, again, Ivar the Boneless, so that's him over here. You game. 867. Play as any ruler. Although I guess I could have taken Count Udi's from the main menu, but I did want to showcase once again that you can actually pick anyone, not just the people suggested from the main menu. So we're going to zoom way into France, and we're going to be playing, yeah, not as, hang on, we're not going to be playing as a king. We're not going to be playing as a duke. We're going to be playing as a count. So the reason I picked this guy is because one of my favorite CK2 campaigns that we've done was the Count of Paris campaign. In CK2, there is on the, I think it's the earliest bookmark, there is a count that controls Paris. After him, basically, for that point on, the King of France always controls Paris directly. That's where the seat of the kingdom is. But that one dude, that was the one time you could be the Count of Paris, and that was all. You weren't the King of France or anything like that. It was a really interesting and difficult start, but it was kind of cool. And so I was sort of inspired to play someone else count level inside of France. And looking around, found Count Eudes over here, who will later on actually be known as King Odo of France. Historically, he became the King of France. As is now, he's 10 years old, and he owns 3 counties. And they're not even in one place. They're spread out. He doesn't have a duke level title. It's very awkward. I love it. I love how awkward this guy's start is. He is also playable in CK2. Same year, he's 15 and owns a single province. So they may have just updated some of their historical info. Trying to look up this guy on Wikipedia and things like that, there's a lot of fuzzy info. It's an area of time where things are a little bit wonky. But he's part of the Robertine dynasty here, or house. Well, dynasty and house in this case. In reality, the Robertines are believed to be the source of the Capet dynasty, which is one of the biggest and most successful dynasties in all time in real life. So we're sort of like setting up ourselves to be a pretty interesting historical family, I think. I think that'll be quite cool. We got some neighbors. We got an independent Brittany. We've also, in Leon and in Montague over here, we've actually got some Norse pagans on our shores. So that's going to be a whole thing. In fact, one of the things we might be able to do early on is potentially declare war for Montague and see how that goes. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. What are the yellow lines? Oh, over here? I think this is pointing to where my duke lives. Yeah. So my direct liege is the Duke of Anjou, and he lives over here. I think that's the yellow line. And then from here, so clicking on the Duke, it's putting a line to where his liege is, King Charles. King Chuck, who lives in Paris. So we're going to go with normal rules. We're going to just go ahead and play. I like there's a random character button. You can go into observe mode right away, open it for multiplayer. We're not going to do that. Standard disclaimer, I am technically on a pre-release version, so some things may be different between now and when you guys get your hands on this tomorrow. Although I think it's more or less the same version. We'll see. So this is going to be the 867 start, 1st of January. We are Count Eudes, or Eudes. Probably Eudes would be the sort of closer to the French pronunciation, which is, of course, what makes sense why he would be known as Odo. Eudes, Odo. But I'm going to say Eudes, because, I don't know, Anglo, something like that. Yes, let's remove the starting any moment. Thank you very much for that. Boop, boop, boop. Countdown. Remove. Bam. Excellent. Oh, Otto as well would be the same one. Yeah. But I'm going to say Eudes, because, I don't know, little cute little Eudes. Something like this. All right. Our stats, well, we're just a child. We're only 10, so we don't have much in the way of stats. We have a diplomacy of 6, a martial of 5, a stewardship of only 2, an intrigue of 6, a learning of 1. Our traits, we are currently calm, humble, and charming. Some of these, you can see charming, it says childhood trait. In fact, are they all? No. Humble and calm we're going to keep. Charming is going to be replaced with some sort of adult trait, or maybe just go away at some point. Hopefully, we can just get a leveled up version of this, because +1 Diplo, +1 Intrigue is kind of spiffy. At some point, we'll get our education. We'll have to see who's teaching us right now, because I'm not sure what our education is going to be. Of course, as a kid, it's very easy for us to accidentally get murdered and lose the game, in which case we'll just restart at that point. We are not currently betrothed. I think I'll probably wait a little bit before I do that. I like how it says this is you. By the way, if you click on someone, let's say we click on the king here. This king is a resentful fool. They have these personality traits, which are a factor of their other traits, and this gives you a bit of a hint as to how they will behave. Resentful fool over there. Actually, if we take a look at our liege, the Duke, what is he? Honorable Ravener? It's a Ravener. Oh yeah, we got to take a look at the whiskey and chocolate contributions as well, while you guys tell me what a Ravener is. We got whiskey and chocolate. So we've got Belf Knight from before, yes. Looking forward to watching many hours of CK3, absolutely. We've got Byron Von Snackington, which is an excellent name for a Crusader Kings stream. Says, hey Quill, first got started with your Civ 5 streams, but you quickly turned me on to CK2. Looking forward to the hours and hours of CK3 fun ahead. Thanks for the endless hours of fun and entertainment. Cheers from Minnesota. Well, cheers to you too, Baron Von Snackington. You should have a number in there. You should be like Baron Von Snackington the Third. Jim is bored, has contributed to the Whiskey and Chocolate Fund. Thank you. Catching up for years of unpaid for entertainment, less all the money you've caused me to spend on games. Yeah, I know what that's like. You see a new game, you're like, well, I have to have it now. Especially if someone's playing it. Aku says, the Norse don't abide cravens. You know who else doesn't? The Dude. The Dude does not abide cravens. Yes, I'm old, and this reference will probably fly over most people. I mean, I think a fair number of people might have seen, or at least know the references to Big Lebowski. I think more people know the references than have actually seen it, and it's definitely worth watching for everyone. Then Aku came in again and said, if he ever becomes lustful, can we start calling him Udies the Nudie? Oh, that's so bad. I love it. It's so bad. Fantastic stuff. All right, so we don't got a lot going on right now. We don't have a ton of money either. We do have 3 titles. We also have 19 claims. 19 claims on territory. Some of which is a press claim, so I think it'll be inherited. Some of which unpressed. I don't think it gets inherited unless we do press it to war. Yeah, become pressed if they're used in CB when declare war, even if it gets white peace. And yeah, unpressed claims are legally tenuous, are not inherited. So, got a lot available. 7 issues over here, including, hey, by the way, you can declare war, totally. We don't have a lot of knights. There's 3 wars we can declare. We're not endorsed by our bishop, so in our council, our bishop over here doesn't like us as much as he likes the Pope, so he's not giving us any money. If we could make him our friend, that would be good. If we were an adult, we could potentially start swaying him to make a friend that way, but we can't. We're only a 10-year-old child, so we don't have the ability to do that. But hopefully things will get better as we go. Is it going to be traditional Quill 18 past this run, I see? I mean, the game is telling me I can start some wars. Like, suggestion, declare war. Winning a war against Count Haston will let you conquer more land and grow your realm. So who would this be? Oh, yeah.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Right over here. We can start a holy war against this Norse dude on the coast. The problem with him is he does have access to a lot of stuff. He's got 3,000 special soldiers right now. Or he will... Either he'll get it when we declare a war on him as holy war, or he's possibly as part of the invasion over here, and there's some stuff going on. If we keep an eye on this guy, there's a possibility he might end up in a war, and then we can just jump on him at that point while he's weak. Declare war, peaceful wars, we need the port. Yeah, we do definitely want that. Who's that? F me, thank you very much! No playing with daggers, young Quill. Yeah, we're gonna try not to die. Oh, let's negotiate some alliances. This is really handy. Duke Conrad of Upper Burgundy. Let's have an alliance with you. Count Guelph of Ulm. Oh my god, the powerful realm of Ulm. Obviously, we're gonna want to negotiate an alliance with you. Duke Hugo of Anjou. So he's actually my, he's my liege. He's also my half-brother. Let's do it. Get an alliance with everyone. Fine. Theoretically, might cut back on some of our warring options, but probably not too much. I also like that when you, like, here you see the whole realm. But when you zoom in, it actually does break up your holdings, as well as your counts, your liege's holdings in here. So you can sort of clearly see. We're still all in West Francia over here, but we can clearly see at a glance which provinces are ours, which is not something you got in CK2 in the normal Realmless map mode, which is really nice to see. Why me? Thank you very much for the contributions to Whiskey and Chocolate Fun. Working is sometimes boring and hard, but killing children is always fun and easy. Oof! Getting some peak CK over here. Will it be your quarter brother when you chop him half, steal his title? Maybe he'll just, you know, die peacefully in his sleep. Thanks to a viper or something. Okay, let's... Yeah, 7 titles we might be able to inherit. We've got family members. Let's make sure to max out our knights. I'll probably use invite knights. It'll invite 3 of them with at least 12 prowess. It'll cost me 150 prestige, but I think this is going to be a good idea. We're going to send the heralds out to go and get some extra Kniggets for our realm. We can probably just go ahead and unpause here. What else we got? We got no children. We got tons of siblings, although a bunch of them are half-siblings. Our parents are all dead. Slain in battle by Count Haston of Montague. Oh my god! My name is Count Eudes of Robertine. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Killed her dad. He thinks Catholicism is evil, and he's a rival of us. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have some words with him. Words with pointy parts. Indecisive. Hey, Quill, thanks for my crippling train, monster train addiction. I haven't played it in a while, and I really, really loved when we were on a binge of that. Just been so busy lately. And Dragon Wealth. Hey, Quill finally caught a stream again. I'm so excited for CK3. Unfortunately, I'm starting a new job tomorrow. We'll have to be patient before I can play along. I will soon be able to make bigger donations, though, since I should be getting double the money. Holy cow! Dragon Wealth, your name is really going to fit. Thank you very much. And Damien Grief as well. Hey, Quill, longtime watcher on YouTube. Love your content. Excited for CK3. Not ever gotten to CK2 because of the learning curve, but CK3 looks much more new player friendly. Thanks for all the entertainment. Well, thank you. And yeah, I think it will be a little easier to get into, especially CK2 vanilla at release wasn't so bad, but CK2 with all the expansions and patches got pretty complex. Yeah, I don't think this is any, like, simpler or easier or anything like that. I don't think it's simplified, but I think it is cleaner and more playable for new players. Okay, let's start on pausing. New alliance is performing. To my vassal, I am honored by your request. I'll be glad to call you an ally. Greetings, brother. I'm honored by your request. We'd be glad to call you an ally. Lovely. Another half-brother? I have a lot of half-brothers out there. Greetings, brother. I'm honored by your request. Excellent. Family that sticks together, slays together. If those pagans or Montagues are we the Capulets? Well, we are going to be the Capets. Okay, this guy's got some troops moving around. How can I see if he's in a war? Right here. Okay. He is in a war against the king of West Francia. I feel like this would be an excellent time for we ourselves to also declare war against this guy. Let's let his stack move around and maybe run into some kingly stacks. And then what we're going to do is we're going to raise our own troops. We're going to declare war, and we're going to take back our land. We are not actually at war.
Whiskey and chocolate.
Our king is at war, and we are part of all this. But it's not our war specifically. I'm going to start a separate war against this guy. My own personal war. And we're going to go and seek some revenge here. All right, he's moved over there. So what I'm going to do... Count Montague. Declare war. Holy war. Eat it. All right. So now we got that. He's hanging out down here. The King of France is going to be moving some troops down here. That's great. I'm going to raise an army. Not much of an army. We do have a rally point set here, which means all troops are just going to join this army. Going to reduce a little bit of micro, forming some stuff. I'm going to come over here. Actually, I'm going to come this way and do this. I'm just going to... Can we not walk through here? Interesting. All right. We have 4 dudes now, but that number's going to change. There we go. 400, 500. We got a little icon that there's a ford. Okay, he's moving backwards. I don't want to start a fight with this guy. I'm just going to chill over here. I'm going to wait for the King of France to show up. I was shift-clicking, but I'm wondering if there's impassable terrain, or maybe the shift-clicking isn't necessarily there. Hello, King of France. Give me an assistance, please. Yeah, with all these river crossing things, things definitely work a little bit differently. Oh, okay.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Yeah, shift-clicking definitely works. 11 days. I think he is going to catch us there, which is a little bad for us, but we're going to get reinforcements in a second. Notice... Oh, no, there we go. They are getting caught out over there. We got an army quality difference. See these 3 pips? That's a sign of our army quality. At 4 pips, it's the best. 1 pip is the worst, and it has to do with your balance of men-at-arms versus knights and things. We still only have the 4 knights. We did put out a call for them. I don't know if Oh, I might still have to recruit specifically. Let's recruit one, so we can be at our knight maximum. It's going to cost me $10, so we got to buy him an armor and stuff. We're now going to be at 5 of 5 knights, which will help our army quality a little bit more. Can't really afford men-at-arms yet, so we're not going to do that. I'm going to jump in the battle so that, you know, we can get a little bit of action on that. And then we're going to go siege out this. Volume's a little too high in the game. Thank you. Let's go and bring that down.
It's whiskey
Let's do something like that, and you guys let me know what that's like. We got whiskey and chocolate while we're mid-battle here. Excellent. Beat those guys. Whoa! 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 Young Love. Oh my god! I didn't realize there were some big whiskey and chocolate contributions coming in. So it was Dragon Wealth, Damien Grief, I read you, and then after that was RML, or RM Lightning. Holy cow! RM Lightning coming in with the heavy-duty bribes. He probably wants a title or something. I'm very bribable. Just saying. That's insanely generous. Thank you very much, Lightning. 867 is so significant because it's the year that Ragnar Lodbrok was slain by York. This led to the Great Heathen Army invading England. Ivar Sigmar. This can start to pay back 9 years of free content. Caveman to Cosmos. Now that great mod for Civ 4. Lightning, thank you so much for that, as well as the information. Actually, that's really helpful. Because I checked out the Wikipedia before starting for 867. Yeah, so the Great Heathen Army and the shenanigans in Byzantium seem to be the big highlights for 867. And it's probably the heathen parts that are the reason it's a bookmark for this, because it's a very big influential thing about what Great Britain's going to look like for years later. No one hears what he appears, comes in and says, So are we playing the most Byzantine game ever, but not as the Byzantine Empire? Maybe next game. Lenny Fish says, historical dad joke time. Uh-oh. Did you know the largest export of the Ottoman Empire was furniture? They had to stop conquering because you can only go so far. So far? Finesta says, hi from Scotland! Been watching you for a number of years now, mainly for EU4 stuff, which was great to learn the game. Not playing much CK2, but looking forward to learning CK3 and all the madness it has in store. I've been playing a fair amount of it, and it's fantastic. And Fletcher Reed says, I swear it's a coincidence that I'm on vacation this week for the release of CK3. Total coincidence. Thanks for your content. I used to do that for World of Warcraft. Book days off at the release of an expansion. So, we're going to be heterosexual, this character. Sometimes, this exists in CK2, of course, is some characters would be gay, some would be straight. Sometimes, there's a few other sexualities represented in the game now, bisexual, asexual. Sometimes you actually get a choice. You can influence your character which way he or she swings. In this case, we are going to be heterosexual, which is very convenient because we kind of need to continue the family bloodline. Going to be very helpful that way. All right, good stuff. Oh shoot, we're already locked in here. Oh no! No! I got distracted. Oh, I didn't realize we had a bunch of buddies here. Never mind. I didn't realize the king's army was still around. Everything is fine. Everything's okay, you guys. Oh, our knight was wounded. Oh yeah, so here we can see a bunch of events, right? Recruited a guest. Sinful Bishop Priest. So our bishop is trying to do some stuff, but he did a bad roll. Low skill roll over here. So it's going to lower Catholicism's fervor, and the prince has lost a level of devotion. And there you go. Knight has been recruited. Excellent. Okay, don't leave. Siege this. Now, I don't think we're going to be the siege leader here. Unless the King of France decides to leave and hunt things down, which, cross our fingers. So we're sieging out the keep over here. Our daily siege progress is 1 per day. So again, no random rolls. Well, there's a little bit some still, but it's going to be a little bit more fixed progress, and you can influence the speed of this through a variety of things, including, for example, if we were to go into the military, men-at-arms. So there's people in here that are great for fighting. Light footmen are great at countering this, bowmen are great at crowning that. We go all the way down here to onagers, which are a type of catapult. They're not really good at fighting. But by having this, it would give us 0.3 siege progress per day, 30% faster sieges by having a single one of those as part of our army. Pretty substantial. Is it possible to split your army? Yeah, maybe not ours. Yeah, because we only have one simple army from one province, so we can't really split and reorganize. But yeah, normally you could absolutely do that. So handy that the King of France is helping us out with our holy war here. Onagers? Onagers. So people have different ways of pronouncing it in the chat. Woo! Let's just call them shitty catapults. I'm so happy right now! I'm so happy! Oh, CK2 didn't have random seed. I'm thinking of you for. Okay. We have a kitty! As I'm playing close to the plains, I suddenly hear a sound. It's small and it is weak, but it's there. I look at every bush, under every rock, in every direction, and there, a tiny kitten is sitting under a thorny bush all alone. It's my kitty now! Wait for it. As the cat rests in my lap, contentedly purring, I ponder what I should name him. Something historical? Something alluding to his gray fur? Something to describe the soothing feeling I experience when I scratch him behind the ear. Oh, I know, I will name him. I like how there's a couple of suggestions. We can just type in our own. Now, here's the thing. So we're gonna be drawing names at random from chat for naming things. But I promised to name my firstborn after Rhino. Rhino, longtime friend of the channel, friend in real life. It's his birthday today. I said I'd name my firstborn after him. Change of plans. We're gonna name our cat. I think Rhino is a great name for a cat. I imagine he's got a little white speck on his nose, and so we're calling him Rhino. There we go. So from now on, we're going to be drawing names from chat. Yes, make sure you do your hashtag name in there, and you will be in there. So when we do get kids, hopefully we get kids. Otherwise, it's going to be a really short game. We will be drawing those. But we have Rhino the kitty, and most importantly, we now have a new decision to pet our cat. Now, petting our cat reduces our stress. We technically don't have any stress. What we should really do is wait until something happens that develops some stress, and then pet the kitty. But that is totally unacceptable to me. We must pet the cat whenever the cooldown is up. Apparently we can only pet the cat once every 5 years. In my head, we're petting the cat all the time. It's just, we refresh this to get the stress benefit. I'm gonna click the checkbox to notify me when this decision becomes available. We are going to pet the cat! Boom. I find Rhino outside, strutting around the yard. As soon as he spots me, he meows and saunters over, rubbing up against my leg. I spend many minutes crouched by his side, petting him and scratching him under the chin. And when I stand back up again, I feel lighter than I have in a long time. Thank you for my friend. I will lose 11 stress. I didn't have any, but we were going to do that. Donation hype. Donation hype from Belf Knight. Thank you very much, Belf Knight. And just before that, we had Shave a Wookie. Now that sounds like a big job. Who says, Banana Cabana made me do it. And then Banana Cabana before that said, quick, throw money at Quill. Is this more people trying to bribe me? I can't be bribed. Okay, I can be bribed really easily, actually. Thank you. Also, Road Types has been here for years, but finally starting to pay it forward. Thanks for the entertainment. Haven't been excited for a game in a long time. Hopefully it lives up to the hype. So far, the reviews have been insanely good, and I think it's pretty legitimate. Absolutely. Haiba says, might as well join the train. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And, I don't know how this thing we've got going on works. I try not to think about it too much. I'm just happy that it is, and I hope we can do it forever. So thank you very much for that. First CK3 mod should be to decrease the cooldown of pet and animal. Yeah, you can balance it. So if you're supposed to get, 10 and change stress decrease every 5 years, it's fine. You lower the cooldown, make it decrease the stress by 1, but you can click it every couple of months. We'd like that. So he's going to come through. He might start sieging out some of my stuff, but we're nearly done the siege over here. A couple of months left, less than. He's going to start sieging on my fort. Rhinoceros Maximus is getting pet against his will.
It's whiskey.
You pet it for 5 years non-stop. That's what I like to think about it. You hit the button, and you're saying, for the next 5 years, I will be constantly petting the cat. Valinor, thank you. Oh, and Django as well. Oh my god. So Valinor says, G'day from Australia. It's 2 a.m., perfect time for a small child to go to war against the Vikings. Historical fun fact, Odo of France was chosen as king in 888 after defending Paris from a Viking siege. He died in 898. Watch out for that. Yeah, he wasn't king very long, and he was elected king specifically, which was interesting. So that's Django came next to say, choo-choo, joining the donation train. Thank you. We're paused, right? No, we're not paused. Pause. That one weird kid says, I'm throwing money at my monitor, but nothing is happening. It seems to have come through. I guess you just squeezed it tightly enough. Sneaky Coconut. Sneaky Coconut says, this is definitely not a bribe. I like that name. Especially in the context of, like, you know, it makes me think of, like Mighty Python references and stuff like that. The King of France is out. Oh. We've completed the siege, but now he's going to siege there. Yeah, that's a little less good. How come the King of France GG'd out so quick?
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Call allies to war. It is time, you're right. We have them for a reason.